This is a very important thing to me because who here was at last convention? Anybody? Yeah? So if you were at last convention, you may have heard me speak about some fabulous gifts that my family received a few years ago, right? But at the time, I don't think I looked at these as gifts, right? Because sometimes when we get these opportunity learning growth gifts, sometimes we don't look at those as gifts, right? We look at those as maybe as really, really big challenges, and that's what I looked at things like that. And it was kind of stuff like, it was kind of gifts like, being almost $250,000 in debt, and losing all our homes to foreclosure, and being kind of homeless, and my daughter wanting to check out of life on a daily basis because she had lost all hope, and that was really, really scary. But some of you have seen my daughter wandering around, and she's vibrant and she's alive, right? And she's doing great. She's doing great. And guess what? She has all the hope in the world. She is 21 and she owns 3 homes with Strongbrick. Woo! So, I don't know if these slides are going to work for me. Is this going to work? Oh, okay. Okay, I'll just go to here. So anyway, and I had PTSD and severe depression, right? I mean, sometimes just trying to get myself out of bed. I don't know if you've ever had any experiences with depression, but it's very physically challenging, even though it looks like you should just be able to pop up, right? But there were times when I wasn't even strong enough to get my head up. I had to feed myself sideways at the table, and it was that bad. I was crumpled up on the floor in the fetal position, that's how bad things had gotten. But that's what happens, right? We all get stuff like that, right? It's life, it's challenges. But you know what? I was to the point that I was sick and tired of what the universe was dishing out to me, right? I was so sick and tired of my circumstances. I was sick and tired of my pathetic, miserable life. And there just came a point in my life where I had to rise up, right? I had to wake up and make the universe move. And I did that. And it's been a miraculous, empowering, miraculous journey of personal growth. But the question is how? How did I do that? How did my life really change, right? Because I guarantee you that I did not do that by myself. I did not accomplish that by myself. That happened because I had the support of this mentoring network. Because mentoring has always been a part of Strongbrick. We may be launching the CCMN today, but mentoring has always been a part of Strongbrick, and I felt the support of that mentoring. And so, when that slide, Move Your Universe, a couple of years ago, I moved my universe, right? But what I want to talk about with you today is how this mentoring network can move your universe, move it more powerfully in the direction of your dreams than maybe you have ever imagined. And I want to share with you a beautiful gift that came to me from my top mentor, God. And this happened about 3 months ago. And he woke me up at about 3:45 a.m. to give me a beautiful dream about you. And so I wasn't quite all the way awake. I was in this dreamlike state. And all of a sudden it was I saw myself at this convention, and I saw myself having an opportunity to get to connect with you and to be with you and to share a moment with you. And in this dream, it was there were so many of you, and I was so excited about that, right? I was thrilled. But then I found myself in my heart, I wanted to be with each one of you. I wanted to be with each one of you individually. I wanted to get you to know you better. I wanted to understand you more. And it was in this dream, it's God heard my prayer, and he just swooped you up individually and put you on this stage with me. And all of a sudden, the way dreams are, all of a sudden this wasn't a stage anymore. And it was this cozy little living room. And you and I were sitting here just right by each other. And I had the opportunity to talk to you, to spend time with you, and ask you about what are your dreams? What are your hopes for the future? What are your aspirations? What have your past successes been? What do you want your future successes to be? And it was such a beautiful experience for me because I love each one of you. And even though there's some of you still that I haven't quite met yet, but just know in my heart, I feel like we've known each other forever. So if after this you want to come up and we can just rekindle that friendship, that would be awesome for me. So thank you. I just want to share a little bit about our leaders in this company because I have been blessed to be mentored very closely by these men this past 2.5 years, and I usually work with them on a daily basis, and because of that, I can attest of their goodness, their integrity, their good characters, their loving hearts, and their vision and powerful ability to lead this company in the direction that it needs to go. Who here thinks they're doing an incredible job? Yeah. I'd say they are. And each one of them is so special. They each bring their unique gifts to Strongbrick. And I hope you feel that. I hope you feel that this is not just part of you're not just part of some random company, right? You're part of a movement. You're part of a cause. You're part of a global revolution for good. Yes. And I really want to get this clicker to work. So, if I can get this clicker to work, it would be really great. Okay. It's not working. Okay, well, let's stop here. Okay. Because who here would love to participate in a company that just, gives out $35,000 checks? Yeah? Would that be so awesome? Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. If you're part of the CCMN for a small upfront fee and then $99 a month, you can participate in a company that not only gives you commissions and other bonuses, but on top of that, gives you checks like this. I don't know, do you know of any other company that does this? I don't. And it's really real because a couple weeks ago, I just got my 6th one, baby. Yeah. So that is really real. And you know what? Guess what? If you don't want to pay your $99 a month, what do you have to do? All you have to do is share this with 3 friends that want to come join you in this awesome opportunity, and you get it for free. You get everything for free. This company blows my mind. I don't know. It's awesome. And people ask me, well, how do they do the compensation plan? And I say, well, it actually is rocket scientists. It actually is rocket science because we have a rocket scientist that does it for us, Ed Hook. Anyway, okay, so this is another thing that we talk about in how the mentoring network can help you. It can help you have unstoppable business success, right? And there's all these great programs and phenomenal courses in the vault that you can get to become as business savvy as you want to be. But I don't think you start to have unstoppable business success until you feel unstoppable, right? You got to feel it. You got to feel it inside. And this meme, my son made this meme for me as a surprise. My 13-year-old son made this meme for me, and he put it on Facebook, and it was a surprise. So anyway, but how cool is that? How cool is that that is how he, from a mom that had PTSD and severe depression and could hardly get out of bed, how cool is it that that's how he experiences me now? That is awesome. And if you want an awesome kid like that, you raise them in Strongbrick and you raise them as a rebel, and you also check out the courses that Nicolene Peck has in the vault on parenting. And that's how you get a great kid like that. But and part of being unstoppable, I think, and feeling that way is, because like when I was a kid, I was the kid that was like, shuffling her feet, didn't want to look up at people, felt so bad about herself, the homely clothes. I was that girl in the movie that you see, right? And so how does a person like that go from that space all the way to being a top producer in a multi-million-dollar network marketing company? How? Right? And how? And the way that happens is through the mentoring network. I'm telling you, people, that where it talks about it makes the impossible go to the inevitable, it is inevitable. If you want to be a powerhouse leader in Strongwork, if you want to be a rock star IBD, just stick around here long enough because it will happen to you. It just happens. It's what I call, I mean, it's not something that just happened to me. It happens to everyone here. It's what I call the Strongwork phenomenon. There is something magical about this company. And it's not that you just want to be a better person every day. You want to be your best self in every renewing moment. And it just is amazing because I watch it happen to everyone around me, and the next day we're all different. We're all something better. Okay, so this is my family, and they're a little blurry. But anyway, besides being a little blurry, they're awesome, and I would not be able to do all the things that I do without them. And I just love them so much. I just wanted to acknowledge them. And also my amazing husband, Gary. Who loves Gary Norris? Yes! Woo! Yes! And I'm telling you that I think it takes a pretty big man to let his wife completely embrace his workspace, right? Right? Okay? As intensely as this wife does. So anyway, but what about my Strongwork family? I mean, you guys, you are the wind beneath my wings. It's you that inspire me. It's you that help me get up so early in the morning because you know what? I am so pumped up to figure out a way that we can all be more successful. Right? Yes. And I was disowned by my parents about 13 years ago. And they don't know I'm speaking here today. And they don't care. But instead of feeling like an abandoned, rejected orphan, I feel like I am one of the most loved women on the planet, and it's because of you. It's because of you, my Strongwork family. Okay, this is another thing that we talk about that you can be helped with the Mentoring Network. And I think you all got a major dose of it, did you not? With Marcy Locke this morning. I mean, the thing is about Strongwork is you're gonna end up with the body that you want. I'm sorry, that's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. You're gonna be strong, you're gonna be in the best shape of your life, and it's gonna blow your mind. Because when I started with this company, I was getting over PTSD, right? A quarter mile, 2/3 of a mile, that was a big deal. That was a big deal for me. And then my Strongwork stretch came. Who here's done a Strongwork stretch? Yeah? Woo! Yeah. We do Strongwork stretches here where we stretch ourselves and see how big of a person we can become. And so my Strongwork stretch was I decided to run a 25K. And when I signed up for that, believe me, I thought it was a flat race. It ended up being up a mountain. Oh my heck. And so, but you know what? I did it. And even that very night after that happened, I came home and I put on a grand opening. And I did it in front of Steve Earle, the president and CEO of this company. And I'm telling you, while I was doing that grand opening, my legs were like, oh my gosh, I hope they do not give out. but I did it, And that's the thing that happens here is you start doing these things that you never thought you could do, right? You start becoming this new person. And it is just the most extraordinary experience. And I also want to tell you a little bit about how the CCMN came to be, because yes, like I'm saying, that the mentoring was always part of Strongwork. The mentoring was always here, but we had kind of gotten in a space where we needed it. We were ready for it to expand somewhere. We were ready for it to, become a little bit bigger and better, right? And so Chris and I, back and forth. He was brainstorming. We were brainstorming, and so he sent me an email. And he said, "Well, Carolyn, what are some of your ideas, right?" And I kid you not, it was like I got a download from heaven. That's all I can say. Is like it went from God to my mind to my heart, and flowed out my fingertips. And I hit send to Chris. And the next thing I knew, if any of you know Chris Crone and the corporate team and Ed Hoyt, our senior advisor, very well, oh my goodness, these men know how to take a beautiful mental creation and all of a sudden turn it into physical reality that works, that helps, and they added on to it in such a beautiful way with the charity part and all of this stuff. And it's just been so amazing. And I sent Chris a text a while ago that said, Chris, I feel like I'm watching a revolution occur right before our eyes. And I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed to be able to be a part of this creation of what I feel like is this beautiful miracle of God's symphony to the world, that hope, peace, empowerment, joy, and success, financial freedom, these things are possible. They're possible, right? They're possible. You can take a person that's living a nightmare. You can take a person that's living an absolute nightmare, which is where I felt I had lived most of my life, and you can bring them over into the light, right? Into creation, into abundance, into vision. And it is just so exciting to me. And this is not exciting to me. Okay, so, and I really don't have time to talk about this story, but all I'll say is that this is an awesome story about mentoring and IBD-ship, and I'll put it in the vault for you, okay? Okay, so, but I would also like to say, when I'm talking about vibrant physical health, I can't help but say this because I mean, who here thinks we have a mighty fine, good-looking group of men running this company? Yeah? I think so, and you know why? Is because they lead us by example. They don't just say, yeah, you be healthy, you do it, right? They lead us by example. And I know they have healthy lifestyles because when I go to work out at the gym, they're already there. So I know, right? And so I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that about them. You know, one thing that I decided to do when I chose in this company, and a lot of you know, maybe now there's a lot of people that don't know, but yeah, I was on the dark side, baby, yeah. I was on the dark side. I was one of those skeptics. I was one of those, I'm not doing this thing, yeah. And so I'm like, show me the money, baby, yeah. So Gary had to get that $35,000 check first. So anyway, you know, being on the dark side, it took me a while to embrace this whole idea, but once I did, I made some really powerful decisions. Because really, you know, that first $35,000 check that we got, it gave me my life back. It did a lot more than just $35,000. It gave me my marriage back. It gave me my daughter's life. And it gave me my life back. I just woke up one morning just so early. And I'm telling you, after having depression and not being able to practically crawl to the table, it was like all of a sudden God just like pushed me out of bed and said, hey, wake up, lady. You got something to do. And anyway, so I just like jumped out of bed like a rocket ship, right? And then all of a sudden it was like I had this purpose, this passion, this mission. And that's what makes all the difference, right? Is when we're connected with what is our purpose, and the mentoring network can help you find that for you. What is your purpose? What is your mission? Because I know for a fact that if you're here, I know for a fact that you have a divine mission to fulfill. I know for a fact that there is a major purpose that you're here today. And I ask you, I plead with you to continue to stand in your greatness because you are amazing. You are so incredible. You are courageous. You are strong. You are brilliant. And you are the hope of this world. Because when it all boils down to it, it's love that moves the universe, is it not? Yeah. It's love that moves the universe. And one reason why I am so passionate is because I have faced death 3 different times in my life. And I shouldn't be here. I should not be here talking to you today. And 2 of those times were self-inflicted. When I was 17, I decided I was worthless because I had been told all my life that I was ugly and I was stupid and I was a loser. But you know what? Those were lies. Those were lies. And so, you know, but at 17, I didn't realize they were lies, right? I bought into it. And I tried to take myself out. And then when that didn't work, I got anorexic, I got anorexia. And so I tried to starve myself out of this world, right? Not a fun way to go. I wouldn't recommend it. Because I love food. I don't know what I was thinking. But you know what? So every life that I can bless, every moment that I can have, that I can share with someone as awesome as you guys are, is a moment that I know almost wasn't here. It almost wasn't here. And so to me, getting to love you, having you be here with me is such a victory to my heart. But another part of my passion is, well, I guess I'll try one more slide. I don't know if it will work. Okay. No, please no. Okay. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because really another part of my passion is for this country. And who here loves our country? Do you guys love our country? Yes? And who here knows that our country is in a little bit of trouble right now? Maybe a lot? Is it maybe a lot? Yeah. Who here feels like if there were great men and women that rose up to be leaders that would make a difference and take action, it would do something different, right? Yes. And so, you know, these kind of thoughts, these are the kind of thoughts that I have at like really early in the morning. So my family can attest to the fact that, you know, sometimes I get up really early and I'm like, hey guys, we're world leaders, so let's get up. There's a lot to do today. And, you know, they don't really like that at 4 a.m. Yeah, not too good. No, I don't do it at 4. I don't do it at 4. I wait till 5. Just kidding. But seriously, I mean, nobody picked me to be a world leader, did they? But I've chosen that for myself. I've chosen that for myself because you know why? You know why? Because does not this world need leaders like you? Like you and me that are full of faith and light and love. Don't we need that? Yeah. We need that. Yes, because evil thrives. Evil thrives when good men and women sit back and do nothing. Yeah. And nothing good happens when we say, oh yeah, tomorrow I'll make that different choice, right? Tomorrow I'll step up and be the person I was meant to be. I tell you, tomorrow never comes. Yeah. Now is the time for you to empower your family with financial freedom, joy, and success. Now is the time for you to take that leap of faith. You create that moment. Now is the time for you to really get yourself involved in the CCMN and join us in our cause and sweep the earth with this goodness. Yes, because we can sit back. We can choose to sit back, and we can watch as our freedoms disappear and our Constitution erodes and disappears as well. Or we can rise up and be Americans. Yeah. We can sit back and we can watch as the economy crumbles all around us. Or we can rise up and be Americans, right? As rebel entrepreneurs, do we not make our own economy? Yes! Yeah. Yes! And, you know, we can choose to sit back in apathy and despair and poverty and let that engulf us and our loved ones and the people around us. Or we can rise up as Americans and lead this world in greatness as America has always done. Yes! So I ask each one of you, who here will stand with Strongbrook in your greatness as American? Who here will stand in this powerful movement to move the universe and sweep the earth in this cause? Who here will rise with Strongbrook in this